here to give you my 2025 message. What did we do last year? We were supposed to convert this backyard into something that would be a little bit better. So if you went through 2024 thinking, this year went so fast, I didn't do what I wanted to do, I am angry with myself, why is it that I cannot get down to finishing anything? Well, the answer is very simple. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to have or become, write it down. It can be one sentence. For me, at the age of 10, I wanted to be a writer. I started work in Sydney nearly 40 years ago, and I thought to myself, how will I get to this goal? What I did, on my desk, I wrote down, I want to write a book. 40 years passed, but in between, when I'd go to my desk every evening, I'd look at this line and I'd add another line to it. And I'd say, I want to write a book that helps people become healthier. That was the second line. And that was maybe a few months after I wrote the first line. A few weeks after that, I wrote, maybe if I cut this book into short chapters. That was the third line. So it went on for 40 years. There were weeks that I didn't add anything to this. But just 2 years before I retired, I looked at this list and I said, I'm going to start writing the first sentence. And I did that. My first sentence was, I never knew I would get old. At that time, I was 60. Where did the years go? No idea. Work, cook, shop, eat, clean. That was my routine. But my subconscious was working for me. And this is your tool, your intuition and your subconscious, because you have been telling it. I have been telling it for all these years that I wanted to write. I didn't know how, when, or who was going to help me sort this out. Eventually, things fell into place. And it wasn't easy. But because I had this desire that I wanted to help, I wanted to give my knowledge, my wisdom to everyone who needed it. And it came from the books I had read and the people I had met, especially people in medical research who I met while I was at work. And luckily, I worked in a hospital. So that gave me the foundation to talk to you about it now. I finally retired and I was quite happy. We found a name for my website, shirlspearls.com.au. But something was not right with me because I couldn't get past my first sentence. I never knew I would grow old. What comes after that? I was struggling with it. And then I felt at that time I was not physically fit. My bones were aching. I was sitting too long. My posture was bad. And I decided, on the advice of my physiotherapist, who warned me that if I didn't get enough exercise or muscle strength, I would not be able to get out of a car in 5 years' time. So I joined a gym, and it was scary at 64, I think. And every time I went and did an hour or 45 minutes, I went home and my mind started to click and words came. And I'm thinking, was this what was missing in my life? Just exercising, the treadmill, the weights, the balancing, the strength, all of that. And it became quite an addiction. It was like I found something that would give me this inspiration. The second thing that happened to me, just as I was settling in to my new life, I got a call from work saying, come back, we need you. My first instinct was, no. But something inside said, do it. I don't know why I said yes. And I stayed for 4 years. But the second year I was there, we needed a third person. And that's when I met Lena, who came to work with us. Lena and I became good friends. And Lena was instrumental in starting me off on social media. I was scared of it. I didn't know anything about it. But with Lena, my editor David, and my team of video takers and editors, Amos, Alec, and Zach, They're young enough for me to be their grandmother. But together, we started this blog, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And here I am today. I feel better than I did at 50. If not for your support, I don't think this would have continued, but it is growing and I'm getting to know all of you. I'm getting to like your comments. You're educating me. You're entertaining me. So as long as we're together, this will continue as long as I feel the way I feel today.